Man, so Floyd Mayweather, Paul just had that little exhibition, and people are going crazy about it. I don't know, it's weird. People are all upset about the fact that Floyd Mayweather didn't just run through this guy, that Floyd Mayweather didn't end up destroying and stopping this guy. For whatever reason, that's what their expectation was. And people talking about how it's a black eye to boxing and how, oh man, no one's going to want to see another fight from him again after that performance. But the part that people, just a couple of things. Number one, it's an exhibition. It was a freaking exhibition. The guy is 44 years old. The guy got paid over 30. He got made $30 million before he stepped into the ring. So that's not the gate. That's not the pay-per-view part, the parts that he's going to get from the pay-per-views. None of that. Just off the endorsements that he had alone before that, he made $30 million. So for someone to expect him to just walk away from that is asinine. Because if that was Canelo Alvarez doing it, people would be talking about how much money Canelo Alvarez was making. That's the first thing. The number two is they let you know exactly what it was from the beginning. They let you know this is just an exhibition. He's just going in there. He's having fun, and that's it. He didn't talk about destroying this kid, knocking him out, none of that. I'm going to go in there, and he's going to have fun, and he's going to enjoy himself, because it's all about entertainment. He let you know he's not coming back to boxing. You know what I mean? He's just having fun, and that's it. He's not going to, he let you know it. There were no judges. There were no judges for the bout. So you knew exactly what it was before you came in. Okay, it's like you go into a bar and they tell you, yo, we have no liquor here. All we have is soda. And then you go in there and you're pissed off because there's no liquor in the bar. When they told you there's no liquor before you walked into the door. So because of that, you can't be upset after seeing what you're seeing. And I'm not sure what were people expecting? You expect him to go in there, beat the brakes off this guy and stop him? Do you know how moronic that would be if he did that? People are already sketchy about this fight. Even though this guy has 40 plus pounds on him, Las Vegas didn't want to do the fight because they're like, oh, hell no, because of the experience difference, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. Floyd went in there and destroyed that kid. He's not getting another bout like this. And he's trying to do a couple of these and get paid off of these. He's not getting another one if he did that. Him being a professional boxer is one thing, Paul's brother doing it to a YouTuber or to an MMA fight or something like that. It's a whole different situation if it's Floyd Mayweather doing it to the YouTuber, especially one that, quote, had 40 pounds on him, and him to flatten him and have him knocked out, curled up on the floor, God forbid, get hurt really bad. They're not allowing you to do this. They're not. Because they're all of a sudden they're going to understand the danger that these people are in. And they're just not going to they're going to put a stop to it and quickly. And he's not going to do that. And I understand they're saying, the boxing fans are not going to want to see. This fight is not catered to y'all. These fights are not catered towards the quote boxing fans. There's going to be some boxing fans who love Floyd and they're going to watch the fights, they're going to buy the fights, but they're not catered to you. These fights was catered towards the fans of the Paul brothers. That's who they're catered to, the YouTubers. Okay? They just had a bout on TV. It was TikTok versus YouTube. Okay, live streams, right? Different live streams going on. One guy had over 1 million freaking people on his live stream watching that bout. Over 1 million. That's who they're catering to. They had a packed out event, had people performing at the event, everything like that. That's who he's catering to. He's not catering to you. It's kind of like Pink. When Pink first came out, she had her first album. She had a little hip hop thing going on, doing her dances and all that. Doing the dances and singing. And she had a certain urban audience. She decided that, you know what? Even though my record label wants me to do this, this is not me. I'm going to be who I want to be. So she switched it up. Which was her rock, soft, hard, rock, alternative, whatever you want to call it. Switch up her style. That album went, I don't know how many times platinum. And it wasn't the people that bought the album before, it was a completely brand new fan base. But it didn't matter because that's who she was catering to. It didn't matter if these people over here saying, I'm not going to buy it. That's not the Pink I know. I'm not buying none of this. It didn't matter because this wasn't catered to you. It was catered to these people over here. This is the same type of situation, So he has this little, people say lackluster fight, right? And then everybody knows that Paul's brother's a whole lot better than Paul. He's flatlining people. Now, if he's able to get this bout, in this next bout, if he's able to get that knockout, and he takes on Floyd, and he signed to, I believe they had him sign a 3-fight deal with Showtime. Guess what they're gonna end up doing next? It's gonna be Floyd Mayweather versus Paul's brothers, who's gonna now come in there to avenge his brother. Plus, Mayweather gave him a black eye or whatever it was. Those two are gonna get going against each other, and so because Floyd didn't quote look spectacular, people all of a sudden gonna start saying he could get him. He could get him because he can punch. He has all this power. He can stop him. He can win this fight. He can. And that fight's gonna do 1.5 to 2 million pay-per-views. That fight's gonna have a gate. Like a gate. They're gonna put that fight at $75 a pop, and it's gonna sell. It's gonna sell over 1 million pay-per-views. He's gonna get his 30. Floyd's gonna get his 30 plus in endorsements again. Then on top of that, he's gonna get that huge gate, huge concessions. He's gonna make a killing. If Paul's brother can get past that, his next bout, Floyd's looking at $50+ million for his next fight. So why would he mess all that up by destroying this dude? Why would he piss away all this money just so he can appease to the boxing fans who've been pissing and trashing on him his whole career? And people that have been pissing and trashing you your whole career, yeah, you need to appease them. No, the guy is 44 years old, going towards 45. The guy is halfway towards being a senior citizen in the next couple of 5 years. He's 5 years away from getting his AARP card. That's where he's at. Just a couple of years from that. The guy's been long retired, and he's found a lane where he can make a killing, where he can make an absolute killing still. It's like that artist, the Isley brothers, which, through the years, through the decades, they switch up their styles, they switch up their flows, the things that they do, and they enable them to last for decades. For decades, And Floyd Mayweather has found a niche where he could end up making over $100 million within the next 2-3 fights. Easy. I mean, easy. He's making more money off these fights than he did when he fought the likes of Shane Mosley, Oscar De La Hoya, the Zab Judas of the world. Like, more money than he did Ricky Hatton. He probably made more money off this fight than he did against Maidana. 1 or 2. So people just need to understand that this is not catered to you. This is catered to a whole different audience. And that audience loved that fight. And when the next one comes out, especially facing one of those, the Paul brothers, they're going to watch that as well. They're going to watch it as well. But we'll see what goes on. For now, like, subscribe, share. I'm out.